This weekend we need to work on preparing for winter, getting some stuff cleaned out and put away because winter is coming. It seems as if fall is turning to winter. It's kind of warm today. I think we got a high of 55, but the wind's a little chilly. But now that the meat birds are gone, we're gonna be working today to get the top off of this chicken tractor and get all the feeders and everything pulled out, cleaned up, and put away for the winter. So that's what we're working on here now. And it's hard to tell what else we'll get into because I don't think we really have a plan for this weekend. We did have a pretty crazy scare this morning with the chickens. Our little bantam, all the chickens were up behind the house dust bathing, and we were watching them out the window. They were dust bathing 1 minute. We looked away for 10 seconds. We looked back up, all the chickens were gone. Like, where'd they go? We saw a hawk sitting up here in the brush. Jason went out, took a couple shots off. We went up and it was sitting on our bantam. She had a little claw mark in her hind end, but you could tell she was breathing. It was trying to suffocate her. Had we not seen it, she would have been a goner. But all is well. Had a crazy start to the morning, but we're gonna move on with our day. Get all this put away for the winter. So come along. Okay, little ducky.
She's terrified. She doesn't even want to move.
She's still in shock. Yeah, it was a close one, huh? Had we not been watching, you'd have been a goner. You're okay, girl. Are you checking on your girl? You checking on your girl? She's okay. I think I'm just gonna start by pulling these tops back and then pulling out all the feeders and getting those pulled out first. Take the water off and then we can come back and get the top. I hate these black ones.
Drill a hole in them.
I meant trying to get them on and off.
I'd leave them on there, the black ones. You alright, girls? Maybe we'll put the top up in the barn this year. What do you think? Maybe we'll put the top in the barn.
Isn't that what we did last year?
No, it went to the basement.
Oh.
I just don't want to be bringing all these little spiders into the house. There's a fucking million of them.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think we should put it into that canvas bag that we have and go to the barn, like put it in one of the brooders.
There you go. All right. Oh my gosh.
Oh my. Look at the spiders. They're everywhere. They had to have just hatched. They're everywhere. Ew. Oh my gosh. Ew. The tarp was wet, and you can't put it away wet because it'll get moldy. So I went and grabbed some towels, got it wiped down. Jason can't get down that far. And it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so something we gotta get done today. Now we gotta figure out how to get it all folded back up. And I need to go find that canvas bag too that we're gonna put it in.
Oh, you're all right. I'm gonna put it right here in this. And then Ducky's gonna come poop on it, huh, girl?
Like half of our flock is molding right now, so they all look like they got run over by the lawnmower. Oh, they're looking rough. Okay, Hawkeye.
Yeah, she looks rough. She lost her battle with the weed whacker.
Yeah. You looking rough, girl. I want to get their coop cleaned out, but I want to wait until after they molt. We picked them up some pumpkins last week. Tractor Supply had pumpkins on sale for like $2, so we picked up a couple of those. It took them a couple days before they were actually interested, but they've been pecking at them. And there's its spot for the winter.
You want that metal one, right?
Yeah.
Set that on top.
The water. There we go. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah. she wanted out. Like, she wanted down. She wanted down.
Good.
So I thought I'd bring her back over here.
Look at these girls. They're gonna hang out in the coop because they're molting. Oh, you look so much better, Fran.
Yeah, Fran's looking good.
She was.
Mama's looking good.
Yeah, Fran was the first one to go. You're getting your feathers back, huh?
Hawkeye's about to lose her beard.
You're the rough-looking one.
Look at her beard's about to fall off. It's just dangling there.
I can't imagine what Ducky's gonna look like when she starts losing
Here, girls.
hers. Where's Mama?
She must be down in the field.
By herself? I don't know where she went. Here's what their pumpkins look like. Carved a little face in there. I figured they'd pick at it, but they didn't. That one's basically still intact. They have been eating this one though. They've got this one like, we leave them in here in the mornings. They've got this one about eating the whole backside off of it. Now what, babe? She is down in the field.
What's that?
She is down in the field.
That's the only time she ever leaves the field.
Look at these trees. They barely got leaves left.
Yeah, I can finally do the leaves for the last time.
Yeah, this one's still holding strong. I love this tree. It's so big. The thing is massive. Look how big around it is. This one's bigger than the catalpa. Did we ever measure how big around that tree, this tree was?
No, I don't think we ever did. Oh, no, it was 14 feet round.
Is that what it was?
Yep, I remember.
I think the catalpa was 12.
It's
Oh,
bigger than the catalpa.
Yeah, it's bigger. Look how red the leaves on this one are. I'm still surprised how many leaves that tree has.
Yeah, I think that's a maple.
I'm showing this one over here though. I think last weekend was the prettiest weekend. Everything was bright. The leaves were blowing and falling off the trees. Within the last week, this one went from being full of leaves to almost bare. The nights are getting real cold. They were all blowing off last weekend. This was real bright, pretty yellow. You can see all of those leaves are about gone. The one in front of the camper, the red one, I don't think it's got any left. Just a few hanging on yet. The one behind the camper is bare. The catalpa still has some on, but they're definitely all dead and ready to fall off. Yep. Those ones are all gone. Those ones are all gone. It kind of feels like the last weekend of fall before that winter weather really starts to hit here next week.
Temperature really drops next week.
Yeah.
We're down in the 20s next week.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a full day of rain, which doesn't help all the leaves. And then next week, I'm pretty sure it's calling for snow showers, a chance of snow. So winter is definitely coming. We're getting prepared over here. Got the mobile coop all put away. I've been working the last couple months, Jason has been, on finding that standing timber, getting it cut and split and stacked. You wanna go for a walk? Got some clips with some audio issues, which I really need to get figured out. However, we are now in the next day. Looks like we had some rain this day. As I stated previously, our little bantam hen ducky was attacked by a hawk the previous morning. Had we not been paying attention, it would have suffocated and killed her. So we're getting this little coop cleaned out that we use for quarantine just to give her a few days on her own for her to get comfortable and feeling better and just more like herself until she's ready to migrate back into the flock. So pulling her out of the camper, giving her some time to herself and allowing her to get comfortable. She's eating and drinking. So looks like she is going to be okay and she just needs a little time to recover. Okay, so we got Ducky in her little coop. Jason did clean out the big coop, it needed it. We're gonna do that one again here in a few weeks after everybody is done molting because we need to spray it with the Electra PSP to treat it for any bugs and mites. Lice.
They don't have bugs, we just wanna be preventative.
Yeah, as a preventative before winter because that was an issue last winter and it worked really well. So got the run all cleaned out. We're hooking up the electric for the heated waterer because if I didn't say, lows are going to be down into 30s and mid 20s, low to mid 20s. So they'll be needing that. And Raven here is really upset because somebody isn't sharing her favorite nesting box. So she's
out
mad.
Of there. She's just being a butthole. I think she wants in her coop.
No. She's mad about something. All right, so I've got this. That way we can attach a little hanger for the water and that feeder. She's mad about something. Is somebody in your box? What's happening? Yeah, she's still sitting in there, so she must want that front box. I'll have to do. Okay. Heated water, fresh water, filled food. Okay. They have been using their little dust pole over here. At some point, we're also going to need to get the plastic around these sides too, but I think we're good for over here. We need to move our attention to the camper and the house and getting all that filled up and prepared for winter. Winter is coming and it's getting cold.
Where's the bucket?
That's good. Alright, that's done. Got one side. Alright, we finished up the cubes. They're good to go. I now need to clean my office, get the litter boxes cleaned out, run the vacuum, maybe do a little pickup dusting. And Jason is lighting a fire to warm it up over here. We also need to find the heater for underneath the camper to keep the lines from freezing over there. And What else? Oh, find the plastic for the windows in here to get the windows plastic over here, and then get all the insulation in the windows over at the camper. So we'll see how this goes. He may get the heater while I'm over here, but it's hard to tell. But let's get cleaned up over here, and we'll see how the night goes. It's about 3 o'clock, so we only got a couple more hours of daylight. Found the heater for underneath the camper. Once the fire's stable, we can go do that. That is a tick, Naya. They just love you, don't they? Thanks. No plastic?
No, I found some, but not.
I'm gonna have to pick up more then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get a roll.
Okay. I need a pulled burger for supper too. When I looked at the weather yesterday, it was calling for scattered snow showers this coming week, but when I looked at the weather today, it doesn't say anything about snow. So we definitely know winter's coming and snow is coming, and the temps are, like I said, are going to be mid-20s, low 30s. So it's good that we're doing this. We'll have to get the plastic done another day. We'll get the stuff done in the camper. Anyway, I've decided, since we must have got rid of the plastic and we're not doing that, I'm going to go down and we're going to go down and organize the freezers, because we still need to pull all the chicken that's in the one freezer and move it over to the chicken freezer now that it's back to a freezer and not a refrigerator for chilling chicken. So I've got my burger pulled and it's thawing for tonight's goulash, and we're gonna go organize the fridge, and then we'll see where we go from there. So this is probably gonna be our videos from now on. Here's a sneak peek of the living room and the kitchen. It's just gonna be day in the life of whatever it is we get into today. We don't ever really have a plan. We normally have an idea of what we need to do some days, not all days, but nothing ever goes as planned. So you get what you get. Whatever we get into, that's what it is. And as I said, it's just real life over here. So we've got these two freezers. All the chickens were in here chilling. Now that we've got all the whole chickens broke down and pieced out, the second half are in this freezer, but I still need to move what was from the first batch from this freezer to that freezer, because that's a chicken freezer, and this is for everything else, whether it's pork or beef, all of our green beans and vegetables. So I'm gonna get all that chicken moved from here to there. And I think I showed you what's in there. If not, here's what was our second batch of chickens. We did a total of 50, so first half was about 25, second half was about 25, so this is about 25 whole chickens pieced out, broke down. I guess we do still have some whole ones here. We kept 5 whole chickens, and I've got chicken breast down here, just chicken breast. I put wings in there, a dozen wings to a bag. A dozen wings was 2 pounds. Each breast was 1 pound. Each package of thighs, which is here, we've got 2 thighs per package, was 2 pounds, I believe. No, that was 1 pound. 2 thighs is 1 pound. And then we got legs. 4 legs is 2 pounds. And then the tenders, we've got 4 to a bag, which was 1 pound. And then we've got stuffed chicken breast. We made our own stuffing and did some stuffed chicken breast because we really love those. So, I tried to get this one organized, but we'll see how it goes over here when I move it. And then this freezer it was stuffed full. We couldn't fit anything else in here. But you can see it's lots of chicken. For the most part, all kinds of chicken everywhere. And then we've got, this is a bag of beans and broccoli. There's some corn up there. And then more beans and corn down here in these drawers. So let's get all this chicken moved over to the chicken freezer. It's gonna start beeping at me. I'm putting gloves on because when you work in freezers for very long, you tend to get cold hands. So let's see how long this takes. It's something I've been needing to get done. Tell you what, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done because this can't be fun for you. We did it. Freezer's full. Doesn't look like 50 chickens. We got rid of some already, but there it is. That's what a year's worth of chicken looks like. We've got tenders here. What's this? More tenders. Tenders on the top. Legs, chicken legs, chicken thighs. These are all regular breasts. And then the bottom drawers are wings, a dozen wings in each bag. And then it looks like we got some legs and tenders over here. Extra wings, whatever wasn't a full bag in the drawer. And then these are carcasses in here. We do still have a bag of carcasses in this one and a whole chicken over here. I thought those were whole chickens. They're not. They're actually bags of carcasses. And then here, I left the stuffed chicken breast in this one because I didn't have anywhere to put it. And I was at 25, so we have to have 35 to 40 stuffed chicken breast. So there it is. And then all of our beans from the garden, all of our corn, colored peppers, broccoli, some apples. This is another bag of green beans. And then this has some meat in there, pork chops, bacon, sausage, stuffed chops that we get from the meat market. But the majority of that is our chicken that we grew and raised, and all the beans and peppers and corn, the vegetables we grew from the garden, which is so exciting. Love it. Okay, that's it. Now we can go make our goulash for dinner. I'm gonna grab an onion. Let me just grab an onion here real quick from the pantry. Lots of potatoes. I know we shouldn't have our onions and our potatoes in here. We're still working on figuring out what we need to do with these onions, what we can do with these onions. I think we're done for the day. I knew the onions weren't going to do well in the root cellar because they would negatively affect our potatoes. So we pulled those out. I got all the sprouted ones. I pulled those. I'm going to chop them up and put them in vacuum seal bags and just freeze the ones that had sprouted. We pulled the rest of them and put them underneath the camper where our heater's at. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll see. It's got airflow, and the heater under there, it only kicks on to just allow it to, the pipes not freeze, so it'll be just above freezing. So we'll see how it does in there. Chickens look like they're all in for the night, and we're ready to go over, get the camper cleaned up, and make a pot of goulash for supper. Really excited for that. Okay, Ducky? Good girl. Everybody got in here. Everybody in? I got eggs earlier.
Yeah, I got one here.
1, 2.
He won't get up on the bars anymore.
End of a weekend, ready for another work week. So this was supposed to be like a winter prep video. Nothing ever goes as planned, and so we work with what we got. We got a little bit done with the mobile coop. Got some winter prep and odd task type of jobs. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. There were just like